Well, that's not nice. Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another conversation regarding Real Housewives of Atlanta. We do know that filming is underway. We have some new ladies. Unfortunately, we did lose Kenya Moore as she decided to step away from the show, or she was fired, whichever one you guys prefer to say. What we do know is that Kenya Moore will not be on the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so the girls are having to figure out ways to keep up the beef, keep up the drama, and all of that. Okay, and we'll get into just a tidbit with Miss Shamea shading the hell out of Miss Drew. Okay, so we will check that out. But understand, Drew has been working on interviews. Okay, she's doing her promo. I do believe that she has a film that's going to be coming out, or a television show that she's a part of. She's definitely doing promotion for that. And while she's doing that promotion, of course, she is being asked about Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has a lot to say. But first, well, more so, she has a lot to say about Kenya Moore and her not being a part of the show. But, before that, she does touch on her divorce. I do know that she mentioned that Ralph was in the basement. Okay. She said that's the best thing for the both of them. And it was court ordered for him to be in the basement. Okay. She also said that, it's tough. She says that it's tough that, they can't go on and move on, and he goes his way and she goes her way, and make it that much more easier because he feels that he's like entitled to some things. Okay. So this is what Drew is saying. She mentioned something about it being, it sucks, when you're dealing with someone who wants everything and they're just not willing to walk away with what they came in with. She said it makes things very, very hard. All right. So that's what it is. Okay. And Ralph Pittman is giving me Miss Porsha Williams Guabadia tease. Okay. Portia's not willing to just walk away with what she came into the marriage with. And she's been married to this man way less. Okay. With the less years under her belt than what Ralph and Drew has come in with. And they also share two children plus his adopted child, her oldest. And Miss Porsha has absolutely no children with Simon, has been with this man for less than 2 years, and she is refusing to leave the marital property because she wants more than what she came in with. Okay. This is, it's rough out here. Okay. It's rough out here in these streets. A lot of people would expect Ralph to just get on up off the table and go ahead and leave the home, being one, the man. All right. And letting her have that home along with her children. And also because, he was leaving the house often when he was married to her. Although he was watching everything that was happening on the cameras, you would think that he would just, get up and leave the home now so that he could just watch everything else on the cameras, possibly. Okay, you had no issues leaving in the marriage, and now that you're getting a divorce, you want to stay. That's very interesting. But she did say that he is in the basement. She said it's been a lot going on for her. She says that they have the full package for a shit show divorce. Okay. And she also went on to say that she's planning on having a divorce party once all of this is said and done between she and Ralph. So just wait on it. She said once she gets on the other side, she will indeed be having a party for this. Now she did say that her kids are helping her get through this time. Okay, being able to love on her kids and stuff during this time has been very, very helpful for her. It's none of my business in all honesty, but I will say I do question, like, when she has those moments where she may want to get a little touchy feely. Does she go downstairs? Does he come upstairs? Do they still have that part of their marriage still going on with the understanding that we're still getting a divorce, but I just want to get it in one good time, okay? Or two or three, because I am still married to you. All right. So hey, Ralph may have his things about him, but he's not that bad looking of a man. He does have a nice body, so I'm sure she may get tempted at times. And I just wonder, all right, but that ain't none of my business. So we'll go ahead and we will move on. Okay. Of course, Miss Drew does go on and she talks about, the cast, Real Housewives of Atlanta. She did mention that, of course, they do have a new cast. She thinks that Bravo knew exactly what it is that they needed when they were bringing bringing in this new cast. So, she's here for it. She said the drama has already started. The ladies are really getting into a lot of things. Okay. She's been trying to get to know the new girls and stuff, but it has been rumored that, one of them really can't stand her. All right. Aside from Shamea, but we'll just have to wait and see. And that new one that they were mentioning were Kelly. They were saying that Kelly is not really, favoriting Miss Drew Sidora. Okay, so we'll have to see. But she said that it's definitely a lot going on. There's been a lot of rumors and things that's been going on, floating around and stuff. So she said that we are in for a super, super juicy season for sure. So y'all let me know, because I feel like, a lot of people that are on these shows, they come and they tell us how amazing the show is going to be and what we should expect. And then once the show drops, it's not as exciting. I mean, we've been fooled a lot of times with the trailers. They'll bring us the trailers, and the trailers are super juicy. It has a lot going on. But then once we see the season, it doesn't necessarily hit the same. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm hoping that the show is really good. Not sure. A lot of people are hurt by Miss Kenya not being a part of the show. A lot of people are definitely, I think, gonna be on pins and needles, ready to trash the season, whether it's good or whether it's actually true that the season is trash. And I definitely feel like Miss Brittany Edie is going to get critiqued up and down, all right, with a fine tooth comb. Like, they are going to be on her head. So, ma'am, I hope that you are flawless and perfect as you are doing this show, okay, for the first time. Because let me tell you, Kelly and Brittany were saying how they didn't even want to film. I do remember that specifically just a few months ago. So if you think you don't want to film now, I hope you have developed the tough skin that you need, because these fans are going to be coming at you something crazy, honey. Okay, they are going to be on your neck and on your heads. So I hope that you guys are flawless, and hopefully it doesn't deter you, but it just might. If you couldn't handle the filming, I don't know how you're going to be able to handle the fans. Okay, but we shall see, at a later time. All right, but I want to hop over and I want to get into more of what Drew Sidora said, because they did ask her about how she was feeling about Kenya's exit. It's been a lot that's been going on. Her and Kenya have developed a better relationship more recently. So they asked her some questions about Kenya's exit and the impact, for the future, the impact that this will make on the show for the future and stuff. So let us get into what Drew said. Okay. So Drew says, I am not happy about Kenya's exit. I think it does impact our show. She brings a lot to our show. She's legendary. She has a personality that shakes the table. I'm not too in support of her having this sit down. Honestly, I feel like with everything I've gone through on this show, when you come on this platform, you have to have thick skin. This is what the show is. And if you have stuff in your past, you better scrub it, or know that it is probably going to get found out by coming on a platform such as this. This is very true, and when I think about Peacock, NBC Universal shows, we just came off of Love Island USA. All right, a lot of people did not get hip to the show, as I had been reviewing it years prior, but they finally have gotten hip to it. Shout out to Serena and Cordell, who were the winners and who also brought in a large audience, okay, just off of their vulnerableness and just being real, right? With this situation, I wanted not so much to speak on, Serena and Cordell, but more so Kendall and Nicole, okay? Now, one, I clocked Nicole for who she was a long time ago. This would be a separate video, but I already told you guys I never really saw her for Nicole because I thought that she was fake. This is for my Love Islanders, okay? And Kendall had always been fake, just very suspicious. Something was odd, and he really showed his behavior doing Casa Amor, right? So here's where I'm getting to. With Kendall, a lot of the fans grew a strong dislike for this man. Okay. And some of the cast seem like they may like him. Okay. Maybe not Nicole, because as they've been out in LA filming and stuff, she may have taken one photo with him, but oftentimes in the video you would see her nowhere near him. That's why she was struggling to say I love you at the end of the season, because she doesn't really even like him. Okay. He gives her the ick. But aside from that, the fans somehow found, or maybe somebody just fully exposed Kendall, and his things were leaked. Okay, there were videos of him that was going around on social media like a week ago of his full body without clothing. okay, showing his arse literally. Okay, it was a lot going on that further gave people the ick. Okay, so basically, I feel like this also speaks to Drew's point. Like when you come on a show like this, and I also believe Kandi Burruss mentioned it as well. She mentioned when you go on a platform like this, like you better make sure everything you have on the internet is scrubbed, because people are going to dig deep. They are going to dig deep, and they are going to find things out on you, and they will expose it. Okay, now I will say, just because those things are out there about a person, and I'm more so, let me speak on Kendall, just because that information was out there, I actually saw it with my own eyes, I'm not going to say that it was right for them to expose him like that. Okay. I'm not going to say that was right. I don't know what's going on with that man's mental state or where he is with things. I don't know how that could have affected him. And maybe he didn't know, right? Maybe he just thought he would go on this show, gain followers, gain support, whatever, advance his career, but didn't think that he would get exposed in that manner for people to see him like that, but I'm not going to say that that was necessarily right. Okay, so just because it is out there doesn't mean that, somebody should try and use it against you and, put it in your face and this, that, and the other or whatever. So I will definitely say that I will agree to Drew's point, but I also highlight that it does not necessarily make it right. And with the Kenya situation, I still don't know what happened as a absolute fact, but I do know what other people are speculating and what other people are saying. Okay, and based on what they're saying, and if that is indeed true, I don't think that it makes it right, for what she did. But let's keep going. So Drew says, I feel like in some areas you may have taken things too far, but I still understand with all the dynamics that have happened, things I can't really speak to. Okay. She says, you do what you have to do to defend yourself. I just feel like at the end of the day, it's up to us as women to navigate it, because this is real life and this is what happens. And we don't know the new girls. We're getting to know them. All right. She goes on to say, and so I feel like Kenya does need to come back. I hope that she does. I hope they figure it out. And I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be watching it with y'all and trying to figure it out also. So they haven't really told us a lot. We're just kind of waiting. And I hope she will make a return at some point, because she is definitely missed. Okay. Now, I also feel like Drew is advocating for Kenya because, I think, listen, if you're having Porsha and you being on the outs, you and Shamea being on the outs now, and then we're hearing that Kelly is not a fan of you either, I feel like Brittany, chances are, is going to team up and be with whatever Kelly is with. As it seems to me, Shamea is teaming up with Porsha and whatever Portia's with. If Porsha not liking you, I'm not liking you. And I really hope that's not really what's going to happen on the show, because I don't want Shamea making Portia's beefs her beefs. Oftentimes on the show, we've seen, Shamea trying to take up for Porsha, defend Porsha. And I understand that's your bestie or whatever, but she also gets herself in her own situations. So I'm sure she could get herself out of it. Same thing with Brittany and Kelly. So I would like to see the dynamic of what really happens to cause everybody to not really like Drew, as it seems. And I think that may be the reason she wants Kenya back, because she know that Kenya would have her back, and right is right, wrong is wrong, fair is fair, or whatever. So I think that she may be missing a friend. I wonder if she feels like she's in it by herself, because the other characters we have is Angela Oakley, and then we also have Cynthia Bailey. But how often is Cynthia around as a friend of the show? I'm not sure. And where exactly does Angela Oakley fall, on all of this? Not necessarily sure. So we'll have to wait, see what the season is giving us, and see how this actually plays out, so good luck to Miss Drew. But in the meantime, as Drew is over here, speaking about, her divorce, about Housewives and things, her missing Kenya, wanting her back on the show and things, Shamea took the opportunity to pretty much shade Drew about the song she recently released with Porsha's baby daddy, Dennis McKinley, as one of the producers, from my understanding. So let's check this out.
Another cast member dropped a song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah. No, really. Drew has another song. I mean, I put it out there.
She said it leaked, so I wasn't really sure.
Oh, okay. So I said dropping. I don't know if it's out either.
Is it out? Yeah.
Have you? I've never heard it on this station. I mean, I've not heard it on this station. I've heard it.
But we heard your song though.
That you did do, and you know what? You never had.
Okay, so it's going to be. Is it going to be the battle of the queens?
Oh, there's no battle.
Oh, okay. There's only
one. And not at all.
I love it.
So you gotta understand, I speak truth.
Okay.
And I, like, you know how rappers, they rap about their life or whatever.
All right.
I sing about my life and everything in me and with me is authentic.
Oh.
Okay. So when people start out saying, I got 5 different languages that I can speak, you don't speak 5 languages.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, but I'm saying, so do you think Drew dropped her song because you
Drew dropped
yours?
somebody else's song.
Oh, well,
5 languages I ain't never heard.
I'm gonna slide out of the way on that.
But you know what? Let me not be a hater.
Yeah.
Let's all.
We congratulate everybody.
Least favorite person.
Well, the big liar.
Who is that?
The one that speaks 5 different languages. We know good goddamn well.
No, to be honest, I have not
she
watched
just lies. I'm tired of the lies.
I have not
want
watched
honesty. I want authentic beings.
Oh, Drew is, she the big liar on the show?
Yeah, she is.
And, cause, what?
I mean, what else do you need? Tell white lies, red lies, orange, green lies.
Wow.
Like, there's no end to them. And it's like, it be little stuff. Like, how do you lying about? Now, we know the color of the sky. You gonna sit here and tell me that it's green? Don't do that. She just lied. Y'all heard the song?
I mean, I heard the song, but you know, it's songs people make up
capping?
things all the time.
That's lying.
People make up things all the time.
All
So
the damn time.
how-
Favorite person on the show.
Newbie Kelly.
Oh, I love Kelly. That is my
so fun.
girl.
So sweet. I
Yes.
really like her.
Kelly is my girl.
Good energy. You know, I met her here at the.
Right.
She was promoting Nana's Chicken and
Right,
Waffles,
right.
and she's just really supportive and really sweet.
I
So
love
Kelly, of course.
How will season 16 be different than the other seasons?
It's a sweet 16.
Okay.
I like it. I'm having fun. I'm meeting a lot of great people. I get to do the show with my best friend Porsha, and that's amazing. Like, you know, you get to work with your friends and get a check.
And you get to put your music on
And I
display.
get to put
On a huge platform.
that part.
We got one more snippet to play. Come on, introduce this last snippet.
Y'all, I'm not selling waist trainers. I'm not selling tees. Y'all do what y'all do. What I'm selling is music.
All right. So you guys just heard what Miss Shamea said, okay? And I'll be honest. For me, it did seem as though Miss Shamea was coming off as a bit of a hater when it comes to Drew. I'm glad that she was able to clock herself and say, let me stop being a hater, because it was giving weird, because we've never known of Shamea and Drew to really have an issue with each other. And for you to just automatically come in and start shading her music and saying that she's a liar. It was like, girl, what is the real issue here? Like, you are sounding a bit like a hater. And it's crazy because I wouldn't think that Shamea really has a reason at all to even be a hater towards Drew when you got it going on and you have your own success in your own right, you know? So I'm like, what is that really? For her to shade her for saying she has 5 different languages that she could speak, it's like, Shamea, girl, come on. I'm so glad that you clocked yourself for being a hater, because a lot of singers and a lot of rappers have cap in that rap. They have cap in that song. A ton of singers are singing somebody else's story sometimes, okay? So it is what it is. Like, I think you were putting a little too much on it, okay? Now, she does say that Drew is a liar and how she wants authenticity around her. She needs honesty. But you're best friends with Porsha Williams. Make it make sense, Shamea. Now, we really like you over here. Please don't disappoint us this season. Please do not let us down, because I am one of the people that's rooting for Shamea. In all honesty, but girl, do not disappoint us. Now, don't do that. When you have a whole friend, a bestie that you refer to as Porsha that has been known to be a liar and caught up in multiple lies, I feel like you've even clocked Porsha on her lies in the past. Okay, so for you, I just want authenticity. I just want realness, honesty around. I want those type of people around me. That's weird. But I will say this: we do not know the exact reason or the parameters, everything surrounding the reason why Shamea would come at Drew in this way in this audio clip. So we'll have to wait and see. Drew, did you really do something? Did you come at Kelly shady and Shamea had to stick up for her, and then they questioned you and you weren't being authentic about things, you know? We'll have to wait and see. We know that Drew was not willing to open up and say that she had any type of interest, connection, or anything in Ty. right? And some people later found out that that was actually true, and Drew was kind of like not telling the truth about that because Mimi Faust ended up outing it. It was a lot going on. Okay, so a lot of people are holding on to that moment as to why they feel like Miss Drew is a liar, but I feel like Porsha has way more moments than Drew. So for you to say that, it's like, and then she goes on to say that Kelly is her favorite newbie on the show. And I'm like, is that really true? Or are you saying that to spite Drew? Okay, that's something that I am indeed wondering. But all in all, I just may be here for it this upcoming season. Okay, I want you guys to let me know your thoughts and comments down below about everything that we just discussed when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I am Jami, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Jami, that's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler, the flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drum.